Hello and welcome to Crafting with Jane. Today we are going to be doing a Christmas card. We're getting nearer and nearer and I keep thinking, oh, I must do it. So I've got a square 5.5 inches and I've just masked it round. It's a bit grubby because I've used it a few times because the low tack tape doesn't always be low tack. So I am literally just starting from one sort of corner and just giving a nice sort of background in on here. So I tend to do the corners and then work my way out. And it's not, I don't mind it being a little bit sort of slightly marbly, as it were, because it's going to just be the background and we're going to be stamping on it. So now I'm using a pale sort of pink. That was Crumb Cake. This is Blushing Bride. Some of them might be retired, some of them might be current. I just use what I've got, so you know, use whatever preferred inks you have. As I say, I tend to use these because it's what I've got and I've got lots of refills and things, so I'm going to be using these before I use anything else. Okay, so that's what I'm doing on there, and I think that's all I'm doing on the background. And then I just want to add a little bit of stamping on there, I think. Do I or don't I? No, I don't think so, because I'm going to make it a Christmas card and I want to do it with this lovely one here. So I am just going to, I just wanted the edge to be quite nice, so I'm going to take this off. Let me just put these back up in on here, make sure I don't knock my thing, and I'm just going to take these off. I tell you what, I really do. These I've used I don't know how many times, and without fail, doesn't matter how you do it, you always get some that just don't want to come free without pulling some of the card off. Right, I'm still going to use these ones again. Hopefully I'm just going to stick them on there. But they are, it's supposed to be, I bought this as non-stick, and even if I take it back, sometimes we're all right, sometimes we're not. So I don't know which one goes. I hope that one's okay. Now I can put a little bit of something in on here, so I'm going to be hopefully all right on it, even though I've got a little tiny pull on there, but I think it'll be all right. I think we can probably save it. Okay, so I'm going to put it down at the bottom because then I can probably put something on there. So that's given us the background, because what I want to do is I'm going to put a gold frame round it. Now I'm using the Hexapetalistic, one of my absolute favourites, designed by Tracy Evans, Hexapetalistic number 978, and we are going to make it Christmassy. So I am going to take the big one. Let's take them all out. So I'm going to take this big one, which is this one here, and that's going to come in I need to put it on a big block, which I think if I'm careful it will fit. There we go. And then I'm just going to ink it up in black, which is under here. So this is my VersaFine Onyx Black. The VersaFines and the VersaClairs are exceptionally fine inks, so they stamp beautifully. And we're just going to put this slap bang in on the center here. Oops, make sure we get it the right way up. Good job, it's a square card. Right, so it's going to come literally in the center like this. Now again, if I just slide this off, turn it over, keep my hand on this piece, and with the other hand I can rub it so I can make sure that every single little detail of it is going to come out. So that's what I tend to do quite often, and it will come out beautifully, and then pick it straight off, and you've got this lovely, lovely flowering on there. Okay, now what I want to do as well is, because we've got this coming there and that coming there, I want to add some more flowers in on here. So I'm just looking, I thought I stamped a few the other day, but maybe I used them. In fact, I probably did. I'm always using them. But what I tend to do is, and I will turn around and show you, that can go to one side for now. I will turn round and stamp a few, cut and colour, or just cut ready for when I need them. And I'm sure I did one, but I shall show you the process because it's easier for you to see that. Okay, so I just want the flower, and I'm going to take that and just put it up on here because I just want the flower part, so I don't need anything else on it. So again, I can take it out, give it a good rub, and that's then got those. And then I want the other big flower, so let me just clean this one up with my rag. It's funny, isn't it, that we used to use wet wipes and things like that all the time, and now we just use rags and things because we're trying to help the planet. So that's what I'm doing. I'm now using just a rag, and you can use any rag you've got. So to be quite honest, it's not something that you need to think about. Let's put this in so it comes out the right way. And then I want this big one because I think the big one will work quite nicely, and I only want the flower, so I'm going to put it on here, and I don't think it will. It might actually fit on. It says me I've got gold on here because I was doing something with gold earlier on. Will it fit on here? Yes, it will. So I'm going to put it on there. I've got the gold on the other side because I hadn't quite finished it. I was doing some backgrounds and things, and I don't want to waste it. It's the sort of thing that you can quite easily just add a little bit of water to it and it brings it back. So before I put it all away, I'm going to use the rest of it. So let's have one like that. Again, I'm turning it over, giving it a quick rub. That's that one, and I might get another one of the large ones. And we can take that. Oh, that's right close, that was. Let's just put that down in. I want to make sure that I get it so that it's not overlapping anything else. I think we should be all right on there. Might be a little bit tight on there. We'll see, we'll see. We might have to do a bit of tucking if it's too close. Oh no, we're all right. We're all right, I think. Just on there, but I think that'll be okay. So what I can do is I can colour it or I can cut it, and I think I should probably do the cutting part first. So I've got, there we are, I'll do it with these little scissors, any scissors that you like, which are your favourite. So we've got that there, and I could put one of those either side, and probably, or just a large one. Let's try just a large one to start off with. Now I want to take this one out from here really carefully, because I don't want to cut the other leafing, because I'm really tight. So I'm trying to just take it round like that, just round at the top, so I can then cut the other one out at a later time. But I've stamped them both out, and I think I'm probably just going to have the 3 here. So then we can just go round. Now, I think I'm probably going to do a bit of a, I could do a bit of a hack on here, because if I just stick it and colour it once it's stuck, then if it's covers some of it, I don't have to colour that bit. But that's a bit of a cheat's way of doing it. Depends how much of a hurry you're in. Don't think I'm in too much of a hurry today. So, and again, if you're don't want to sort of sit watching all of this, you can obviously just fast forward it and watch the bits you want. But I know that a lot of my my followers that follow me all the time enjoy watching the process and enjoy crafting along with me. So, you know, I think that's nice as well. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe, because it does help my channel, helps my channel grow, and it's important to, you know, allow your channel to grow, and because then I get more people get to see me. It's like everything. If you don't like or leave a little comment or something, then, or subscribe, you know, I know that probably half of you that watch this won't think about subscribing. You just go on to the next one, and that's fine. I do exactly the same quite often, but it is it's quite important in the channel's growth that you do leave a like and a comment if you get to have time, because that helps with the what they call the algorithms. All of these things are all done with all of this sort of technology and things, which I'm not really into that much, but it does help if you get more people who are watching, because then you get out to more people. And it's funny, because some of my older videos of things that I did a long time ago are getting lots and lots of views, and I think, well, I wonder how they found it. And it's the thing that once you get to a certain amount of views, then they start promoting it more, and so then they come to the forefront in people's minds again. So it's all interesting. I'm not smart enough to be up in all of this technology. I just do the bits that I enjoy, and that's sort of it really. But it is quite fun, I think. So, and as I say, I'm very thankful to a lot of it. It's funny, I have subscribers all the way around the world, and you know, quite a few have become quite good friends now, because they've supported me for a long time, and you know, we exchange mail and things now, which is nice. And you know, it's part of almost like a big family really. I spend my time sitting nattering to you, and I feel like I'm talking to some old friends. Right, now we've cut that out, I think I'm just going to sort of put it maybe in like that. So we want it to be Christmassy, don't we? So we want to have some deep reds and things. So let me have a look. I'm going to be using my Inktense pencils, and I want poppy, and I want chili, and I don't think I want any other colour. I think I just want those two because I want them to be very, very bright and vibrant. So let's see how bright and vibrant we can make them. So we want the bottom part of all of this to come in the red. So I'm literally, I'm going to bring you in a bit actually, so you can see this a bit closer. Let me bring you up where, take that out of the way, bring you to about there. Whee, pencil's moving. And then excuse the little wobble as I bring it in. Like that. And then I'm going to bring you, which way? That way. Okay. I think that's probably about right. Okay, so we are going to, I just need to remember to zoom you out afterwards. So I'm going to do it from here. So literally dark at the bottoms. So on each one of these petals, I'm just doing dark. And I'm not, I turn it round so I can see bottom of this petal, bottom of that petal. I'm doing this quickly. You will spend a lot more time, but the constraints of the video, you don't have as much time. So let's do this one. In on the bottom, in on the bottom, in on the bottom. So each time you see a leaf, at the bottom of that leaf you're going to put the dark. And I'm turning it round so I can see that's the bottom of that leaf, because sometimes I find that if I don't turn it round, I don't always get where I want it to be. So that's dark all the way round, and then I've got this little one coming out here, so I want that dark there. Okay, now let's do this one that we've got on here, and I'm just going to turn it over that way so you can see it. So dark on the bottom, this one, and you just work your way around. I find colouring very therapeutic. You know, they turn around and say, if you remember a few years ago, there were lots of what they called adult colouring books, and everybody was into doing it because it's a very good way of relaxing. I'm doing this quickly, so it's not as relaxing, but I would normally do, you know, a petal at a time and take my time with it, doing it quite carefully. So I'm now going to take the, so that was the chili red, this is the poppy. I'm going to take the poppy up, not quite to the ends, but up near enough. So I'm literally just going all the way around, leaving a little bit because you want it to be lighter at the ends. Because when we use the water brush, we'll use it from the bottom to the top. So you're doing the dark into the light, and you don't then have quite as much, if you do it that way down, then you're bringing the colour up. So it'll make sense as I do it, and I know that everybody that watches me colour quite often will know exactly what I'm talking about, but anybody who's new, who's still watching at this stage, will think, oh, okay, what are we doing now? So let's take this one, make sure I'm still in on the camera there. That's the only trouble, I tend to slide and move around a bit, so hopefully that first one wasn't too bad. Now you see here, this is where I want to turn it round a bit so I can see from here what I'm doing. Because if you don't turn it round, it's easy to not be able to see where you are on the petals. So this one comes out round here, so I need to make sure that I've got some on there. So we'll start up this way, and it doesn't take very long. I'm doing it really quickly, but as I say, you can spend as much time as you want. It is very relaxing. It's one of those things that is quite therapeutic. It calms and focuses, and is great fun. So just these two. Okay, so we've now got all of our colours in. We just put these back in their boxes, and then I just need to take an aqua pen. You can see the back of my hand, I always use it for colouring, so I've been doing other bits and pieces, and what you need to do is you're going to take it from the bottom up on the petal right up to the top, and then go to the next one, take it up to the top. This one is like, I need to just spray a little bit of water on here because my aqua painter is not working as well as it should. So, and you can use a paintbrush if you want to. So I'm literally just taking it through, dark at the bottom, bring it through light at the top. It's very good. You can just take it right round into the little corners like this. There we go. And I do like red for Christmas. I think red makes things look really nice and bright for Christmas. But you can see I'm turning it round as I go, so I can see in each one of these leaves that I get it exactly at the right place. Take it out of there. Where am I? Here. So dark at the bottom, up through to the top. Just making sure that I'm in. Yes, I am in well. It's very difficult. As you can see, I slide about a bit because I don't tend to always have it on the same thing. Right, that's that one. Just adding some more water on this. I can start at the bottom. And as I say, you can take your time. I am rushing. I'm aware I'm rushing. And it will show in the finished product, but as I say, otherwise it just takes so long that you don't want to do that, and then I have to do editing and stuff, and it's not something I enjoy doing it, and I feel it spoils the overall experience for you when it's like whiz 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 and slow down and you mix bits in with other bits, and so I just prefer to do it as it is. And I've always said, you know, you can fast forward through the bits that you're not keen on, or that you think, oh okay, right, I've seen this, I've seen a colour a petal, don't need to see a colour anymore, and that's fine as well. So we're going to go all the way around on here, almost in on here. I'm just going to do another spray because this one is not for some reason my brush is blocked. I think if I stick it in some hot water it will probably unblock, but I want to be able to do all of this. So, but as I say, I'm even just doing these bits, you can almost get lost in it. So while that's drying on there, I'm going to do the other side of this one. which should be quite, oops, let's do it over here so you can see it. Down from the bottom that's darker. Bring that in. I do like red at Christmas. It's that traditional, isn't it? Red and green for Christmas. But again, I quite like doing non-traditional Christmas cards. So this this flower is not a poinsettia or anything Christmassy, but it's just a rather nice flower. So I thought, well, you can always do Christmas cards with flowers that you wouldn't necessarily think of to have for Christmas, because as long as you use colours that are Christmassy and sort of accents of golds and things like that, and you know, yes, you could make it an anniversary, but if you put a Christmas sentiment on there, then you're going to have it more Christmassy. So let's take this up on here. We're nearly there. Nice dark at the bottom, and you can see how you will get a nice sort of tones by just, you see, I've got no paint on there at all, but I have just on the end of the brush, so that it you can bring it right the way up and you don't have to worry about it too much. And I've just got these two in the center, down here at the bottom. There we go. Right, so that's that painted. I know it took a little while, but I think it'll be worth it. So let's turn that over. We're going to put this one on here like that, but I want to make I want to just give it a little bit more definition and make it pop a bit more. So I'm going to use, this time I'm going to use the gold. So I've got this, which is a fine gold, and it's a Posca pen, and I'm just going to make it very Christmassy. So where we've got, let me just get you into shot again, down on here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, on these, I'm just going to do some very fine lines. So literally just only a few, and turn it round so that you're, let me take this out of the way so I can get up in here. By turning it around, you're making sure that your little flicky lines are going to come where you want them to. I've got the door open today and there's a magpie in the garden, so you can hear my little dog racing down to and then in here I'm just going to do where the center of that little flower is, just little bits in the gold. So we're going to do this one, so, and they're little flicks, nothing overly, because once it dries, says me, I should probably put something in over the top of here. I'm just going to put that on there, so as I turn it round, I'm not smudging it. But you can see I'm not overly, says me, I'm coming out of shot again. I'm sure I am. I'm in on here, that's fine. Like that. So that's those two. I'm going to turn it over, just put it in on here for now, and we'll take this one because this is easier to see because it's bigger. And on here we're just going to just very fine little flicks, but what it does is it will give it a look of gold. When it dries, it gives it a really lovely sort of opulent look. And as I say, they're just little tiny flicks. And you don't have to do too many. Just a few. And then in this little bit in here, as we did before, just some little gold dots in on there. And I think there's one that I didn't do the gold dots in. So I'm just going to turn it over and just see. This one I didn't. So here, just little bits in on there. Okay, so I'm going to bring you out a bit now. So we'll come back to, there we go. So you can see how pretty it's looking now. So then I'm going to put this one in, just in over the top on there. Now you can put things up with foam pads and what have you. I'm not, because I just want it to be, I want to be able to post it, and quite often, you know, the post keeps going up and going up and going up, and it's not only in the UK, I know around the world postage is getting quite expensive, and if you add too many embellishments and put things up on too many foam pads and things, what happens is that it puts it into the next postal bracket because it's too wide and won't fit through the little slots that it's supposed to. So I intend to just put everything on with glue and just pop them in. So this is going to come in like this, and it's going to come out just a little bit off the edge, but I don't think that matters too much because it's just going to come in like that. So I think that that's really lovely. Now what I need to do is, when I said with the gold, I want to get this gold pen, which is the thicker one, and I'm just going to take this down in on the edge. So we've then got a gold edge to work with. And again, it gives that just little bit of what they call opulence, just a little bit of extra Christmassiness. If there's a word as Christmassiness, probably there isn't, but you know what I mean. It's that, just adding a little bit of extra in on there. Okay, so that's got that looking like that, which is good. Now, I would probably, in all fairness, if I cut out another couple, I could put another one in here and another one in there. So you see what I mean with those. You can add as many as you want. I'm only going to keep 3 for now, because that's what I've done. That piece of paper is going to annoy me, isn't it? Because that's where it just came off. I think it'll be fine. And then I thought that I would put it on a background, which is, says me, I've got to just move these bits out of the way so I can find my background pieces. I think I would probably put it on something which is red, so reddy orange, something similar like that. So potentially something like this, which if I put this in on here, can you see how that brings it all together and ties it in nicely? Put a Christmas sentiment on there. And I think you've got a really beautiful card because you've got that real sort of gold look about it. And I think that that looks really nice. I'll finish it off and you'll see it on the front screen. But for now, I think that's about it, because otherwise we're going to go on for too long. So as always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.